Hey guys, I'm Louie, and you're looking at the Wyze Cam 1080p HD indoor wireless smart home camera. Now, this little guy claims to offer 1080p live stream video, two-way audio, night vision, person detection, and even up to 2 weeks worth of free cloud storage for your footage. And at $30, it costs a fraction of the price of cameras with comparable features. But the real question is, will it keep you safe at night? Setup was honestly super easy. I just pulled the camera right out of the box, held up a QR code, and boom, it was done in like 5 minutes. Now, the only thing was, I did have some issues when I put the SD card in. It caused the camera to crash, but I just redid the setup and it was good to go. I'm actually really impressed by the design of the camera. It's very discreet, especially if you choose to fold it up. You could really stick this anywhere and it would be hard to notice. All the buttons are also contained underneath, so they're not gonna get in the way if you're like sticking it in a tight space. I was a little bit confused by the wall mount, but once I looked up a tutorial video, it's actually super easy to install. It's just an adhesive and a piece of metal, and the rest is done with magnets. I would be a little worried if you are living in a super hot house or apartment because the adhesive could maybe come apart, but outside of that, it seems pretty safe and secure. While I wouldn't describe the video quality as crystal clear, it's definitely good enough to get the job done, and it still looks okay even when you zoom in. Night vision also works super well. I had it in a pitch black room and I could make out everything clear as day. The only difference was it was in black and white. I was extremely impressed by this camera's field of view. My apartment's about 25 feet wide wall to wall, and after messing with the placement a little bit, I could see everything in that range, no problem. The person recognition features also work pretty well. It did start to confuse paintings with people when I turned the lights off, and I kind of get the vibe that it's more looking for the shape of faces and large moving objects than actual human beings, but I guess it's better that the camera over-identifies things than under-identifies them. It's easy to review footage that's stored in the cloud, but it only keeps footage that's shot within the hours you tell it to record. Now this gets tricky because you're only allowed to have one recording schedule that has to work for all 7 days of the week. So if you have weekends off or if you have an abnormal schedule, you're going to need to be on top of changing that recording schedule. I was also a little disappointed by the camera's ability to send audio-video trigger alerts. It seems like there's a couple-minute cooldown period between alerts, and I had to turn the sensitivity all the way up to even get a notification on my phone. Now, because you're storing all of your footage in the cloud, this isn't a total deal breaker. You can always just go back and look at it later. To use some of the camera's fancier features, you're going to need a micro SD card that's at least 8 gigabytes. Now, this isn't the biggest deal, it'll only add a few dollars to your purchase, but if you want a camera that works right out of the box, it's something you're going to want to consider. So let's get one thing straight. This camera is not actually fully wireless. It's wireless in that you don't need to connect it to a TV or a computer like CCTV cams sometimes need, but you're still going to need to plug this into an outlet to keep it powered. Overall, I had a really good time testing out the Wyze Cam. The field of view is great, most of the advertised features work well, and it's really nice to have up to 2 weeks worth of footage at the tips of your fingers. If you're looking for a good way to check in on your nanny, your pet sitter, maybe even your pet, this is a great camera. It'll do everything you want and more. However, if home security is really your biggest concern, I'd recommend you look for a more premium camera. A lot of these features work well, but a lot of them were inconsistent, and it would be such a shame if that inconsistency led to you missing a break-in.